Ready for take? 1, 2, 3, take 2. Action!
Janganlah pakai songkok basikal cabut tak pernah gosok. Sampai bengkok padang bengkok.
The entertainment industry, formerly known as show business showbiz, is part of the tertiary sector of the economy. It includes a large number of sub-industries devoted to entertainment. However, the term is often used in the mass media to describe the mass media companies that control the distribution and manufacture of mass media entertainment. In the popular parlance, the term showbiz in particular connotes the commercially popular performing arts, especially musical theatre, vaudeville, comedy, film and music. It applies to every aspect of entertainment, including cinema, television, radio, theatre and music.
Under the Entertainment Duty Act 1953, Act 103, entertainment includes any exhibition, performance, amusement, a game or sport, or any other activity as may be declared to be entertainment by the Minister of Finance under subsection 2, to which persons are admitted for payment.
Oh, macam-macam lah ni. Oh, gitu kah? Lah ni aku nak ajak hang kita pergi pekalosang. Pi buat apa? Kita pi apa? Pi tengok forum remaja apa tak tahu. Forum remaja.
The early form of entertainment practice in Malaya was wayang kulit, a shadow puppet plays. It carries the influence of different cultures, including Hinduism, Siamese, and Islamic influences. This was a popular form of theatrical art performance, especially among the rural folk, prior to the emergence of cinema, radio, and television. In film industry, Laila Majnun was the first Malay film produced by Malaya or Singapore in 1933. The film was directed by B.S. Rajans and produced by S.M. Christie.
Pada masa sekarang, pandangan saya, dia masih dalam sederhana lah. Dia jadi ongoing. Macam mana tuhnya? Itu macam makeup and also those who are doing like, the editor, online editor, and also sound effects. So many things.
Okey, Malaysia ni tak kurang hebatnya, memang mantap. Penyanyi-penyanyi contohnya Siti Nurhaliza tu kan, Datuk Siti Nurhaliza tu memang lagu-lagu dia tu memang jadi kegemaran. Kalau
industri hiburan, pada saya industri hiburan ni terbagi kepada dua. Satu ni seni untuk seni, satu ni seni untuk komersial. Seni untuk seni ni kita buat kesenian tu untuk menjaga tradisional, untuk kita memupuk, untuk kita tambah baik, untuk kita improvise benda tu, untuk benda tu berkekalan. Kalau Negeri Sembilan kita terkenal dengan tak lapuk di mana tak lokal hujan, right? Ada page JKKN Negeri Sembilan, page tu kita berkawan dengan guru-guru sekolah tentang kesenian, kita berkawan dengan ramailah page tu, berkawan dengan orang-orang yang so kita akan bagi tahulah untuk open interview.
Okey, dari segi peluang pekerjaan sebenarnya kita nak kata ekonomi negara memang nak kata peluang pekerjaan tu besar sebab industri hiburan semakin meningkatlah kata walaupun bukan main income utama negara, tapi dia masih memberikan banyak peluang untuk orang yang nak bekerja. Sebab bukan saja kalau industri hiburan ni bukan saja kita cakap pasal penyanyi, pelakon, kita boleh cakap pasal pengacara ataupun penulis lirik ataupun ni yang penulis surat khabar semualah, reporter dan sebagainya. Maksudnya industri itu semakin berkembang dan dengan ada teknologi yang benar-benar yang terkini, contohnya macam Facebook, social media, Instagram semua, itu pun menjadikan peluang pekerjaan. Sebab kadang-kadang admin Facebook untuk artis ni ataupun admin Instagram untuk artis ni dijaga oleh seseorang yang dibayar. Maksudnya peluang pekerjaan itu semakin tinggi mengikut teknologi yang meningkat.
Jangan lupa bersama saya Jasni Syafi'i dalam liputan Sukan Olimpik 2012 di TV1 dan TV2 serta di laman web rasmi kami. Sorakan Emas 1 Malaysia. hanya bergantung pada terrestrial TV, TV1 RTM kan, RTM TV1, TV2 itu channel kat situ, kemudian kita ada TV3, kemudian baru tambah satu lagi channel TV7, TV9, TV8. Tapi dengan adanya Astro yang dalam tu dah ada beratus channel, jadi industri hiburan ni semakin bertambah. Bukan saja industri hiburan tapi juga industri yang lain yang berkaitan dengan penyiaran bertambah. Jadi dengan adanya channel-channel yang baru tu, dia dah berjaya meningkatkan ekonomi. Meningkatkan ekonomi untuk pertama penggiat-penggiat seni, yang kedua untuk production house macam kita punya studio ni. Jadi itu ada banyak peluang lah untuk kita menghasilkan karya. Kalau dulu kita cuma bergantung pada RTM saja kan, tapi sekarang bila dah ada TV3, okey, kita dah ada banyak lagi peluang, dan bila ada Astro, jadi tawaran tu lebih banyak, dan ini sebenarnya menguntungkan industri hiburan, penggiat seni, daripada artis hinggalah kepada penerbitan dan juga kru. Jadi cuba bayangkan kalau dah dulu contoh dia ada 100 production house, tapi target bisnes dia cuma pada RTM ataupun TV3, tapi bila dah ada Astro ni, mungkin peluang mereka tu lebih banyak. Lebih banyak. Jadi dapatlah untuk jana ekonomi, bukan saja untuk artis, tapi yang di balik tabir tu yang terlibat juga, berapa ramai, berapa ratus, berapa ribu.
Sector includes the distribution film, video tapes, DVD and similar production, motion picture, theatre, television, network and station exhibitor. This involves the launching and screening of film in the marketplace with firm responsible for around the world, and building an audience awareness and interest through public relations and marketing campaign. Recent technological innovation have meant that digital distribution technique have become increasingly prominent with the growth of video on demand and download platform.
According to the Star Online, the economic contribution of the film and television industries in Malaysia, prepared by Oxford Economics, in 2013, the film and TV industries in Malaysia directly contributed an estimated 2.9 billion ringgit Malaysia to the Malaysian economy in gross domestic product. This is about 0.3% of total national gross domestic product. The highest direct contribution came from TV programming and broadcasting at 1.6 billion ringgit Malaysia, while film production was second highest at 540 million ringgit Malaysia. These industries directly supported about 10,994 jobs while generating about 366 million ringgit Malaysia in tax revenues. According to the statistics from the National Film Development Corporation, FINAS, a total 71 films were produced in 2013 at a total production cost of 139 million ringgit Malaysia. Currently, there are 124 cinemas around the country with 774 screens and 141,471 seats. But according to the Oxford Economics report, film production alone made up 50% of the whole Malaysian film production, distribution and exhibition sector's GDP and 44% of its jobs.
Its industry productivity is well above the national average, but even though Malaysia is a small player in terms of the film production due to its small market and population, it has developed niche skill in the animation market, and the Malaysian government has set up a strategy to develop the country as a film hub.
Communications and Multimedia Deputy Minister Datuk Jailani Johari said in his speech at the launch, in the recently launched Economic Transformation Programme 2013 report, the Malaysian creative industry brought in over 564.89 million ringgit Malaysia in export revenue, with films such as War of the Worlds Goliath, Vikingdom and Life of Pi making waves overseas.
Saya rasa daripada segi macam album-album apa semua tak ada, tapi saya rasa kalau macam wayang-wayang tu kita kira hiburan juga kan.
Ya.
Saya rasa itu banyak menyumbang dari segi cukai lah. Contohnya filem filem terbaru contoh Fast and Furious 8. Saya rasa itu yang banyak menyumbang kan. Daripada segi industri muzik ni, kelab ke konsert tu pun rasa tak ada banyak sangat lah. Tak ada banyak sangat.
In 2013, film production was worth some 440 million ringgit Malaysia in GDP and directly responsible for creating 2,100 jobs. Moreover, this activity helped to generate 38 million ringgit Malaysia in tax revenue. Taking into account indirect and induced effects to rise to 796 million ringgit Malaysia in GDP, creating 8,500 jobs and raising 75 million ringgit Malaysia for the Malaysian government in tax receipts. Film production makes a bigger contribution to Malaysian GDP and employment than either distribution or exhibition. Indeed, in 2013, this area alone accounted for 50% of the entire Malaysian production, distribution and exhibition sector's GDP, excluding home entertainment, and 44% of its jobs. Its labour productivity, an example, its GDP per worker, was some 254,000 ringgit Malaysia per employee. Its labour productivity is therefore above the average of these combined subsectors, 234,000 ringgit Malaysia per employee, and indeed is the highest of all the subsectors. The Malaysian film and television industry contributed 5.6 billion ringgit Malaysia to the local economy in 2013, according to a report released today, prepared by Oxford Economics. Subsector comprises the retail and rental of Blu-ray discs and DVDs. It excludes hardware such as Blu-ray and DVD players, however. We estimate that home entertainment retail and rental made a 196 million ringgit Malaysia contribution to GDP, directly creating 1,600 jobs. Moreover, this activity helped to generate 36 million ringgit Malaysia in tax revenue. Taking into account indirect and induced effects, these figures rise to 280 million ringgit Malaysia in GDP, creating 3,000 jobs and raising 45 million ringgit Malaysia for the Malaysian government in tax receipts.
The combination direct GDP contribution of the retail and rental subsectors is less than half of public exhibition via cinema and other outlets. Home entertainment rental is responsible for some 2/3 of direct GDP and 62% of the direct employment of the combined retail and rentals market. This underlines the dominance of the rental market within home entertainment.
As might be expected from the relative lack of strong Malaysia export market, there is as yet little evidence of any substantial induced or TV tourism within Malaysia arising from either domestic or an international sources.
One exception to this may be the appeal of Polaredang in Peninsular Malaysia due to the filming of the Hong Kong-made romantic comedy Summer's Holiday in 2000. Ong has documented how this film enhanced the area's appeal to ethnic Chinese tourists from outside Malaysia. This situation may change if recent government initiatives noted above bear fruit in stimulating local film production and foreign investment.
Ya betul, ada menyumbang. Kalau kita boleh tengok macam baru-baru ni filem Kabali difilmkan di sekitar Kuala Lumpur dan Lembah Kelang. Dan juga sebelum ni Shah Rukh syuting dekat Melaka, filem Don. Dan kita dapat menyaksikan setiap kali perayaan Thai Pusat, kita dapat lihat kebanjiran warga India, bukannya sahaja warga India di Malaysia sendiri, tapi warga India daripada negara India sana. So ini memang berimpak apabila mereka datang untuk meraihkan Thai Pusat dan mereka akan stay kurang-kurangnya 2 ke 3 hari selepas itu. Dan mereka akan berbelanja dan shopping dan sebagainya. Kita ada ramai pelancong dan ini akan meningkatkan lebih banyak peluang pekerjaan dari segi sektor pelancongan itu sendiri.
Contohnya kita ada satu perjanjian di China dan kita bawa budaya kita dan dorang pun tunjuk orang budaya kita. Mungkin disebabkan budaya, dia tengok persembahan kita tu daripada Sabah, daripada Sarawak, tentang keindahan para penari yang mengagumi itu. Diorang mula berminat dengan cara hidup. Kemudian diorang mula datang ke Malaysia untuk tengok sendiri macam mana kan.
Fiscal policy refers to the use of the government budget to influence economic activity by taxation and spending in order to achieve macroeconomic objectives such as full employment, sustained economic growth, and price level stability.
The basic fundamental of GST is its self-policing features which allow the businesses to claim their input tax credit by way of automatic deduction in their accounting system. The government can finance socio-economic development, for example, infrastructure, education, welfare, healthcare, national security, and etc. All goods and services supplied by an entertainment provider in the course of furtherance of business are taxable supplies and subject to GST. The examples of goods supplied are food and beverages, compact discs or DVD or cassettes, musical instruments, film rolls, photos, and props.
Example of service supply are those by performers, musical band, makeup artist, choreographer, rental, such as equipment, costume, and etc.
Sama juga kita Legend pun dia ada. Kan, company tax. Satu lagi GST punya tax lah. GST punya tax. Ini yang betul-betul yang kita kena bayar. Personal tax, GST dengan company tax.
Any payment in relation to supply of goods or services in the entertainment industry, such as emissions, fees, royalties, commission, and sales of goods is subject to GST.
Statement of Ministry of Finance in regarding during presentation of Budget 2017. First, to invigorate creative industries and film production, 18 million ringgit Malaysia. Second, Film in Malaysia Incentive, Arts and Culture Revitalization Agenda, Finas Content Creation Hub, Insan Tubong and Kota Kinabalu as well as Committee on Arts and Culture will be implemented. Third, the Malaysian government introduced the Film in Malaysia Incentive to provide an additional financial incentive for the production of creative content within Malaysia and to encourage support for the Malaysian content production industry. FIMI is a 30% cash rebate on all qualifying Malaysian production expenditure QMPE, which meets the criteria further elaborated upon in these guidelines. This incentive is offered for production and post-production approved activities beginning early 2013.
Commenting on the overall allocation of 80 million ringgit, the creative film arts and culture sector, we have seen it rising demand for creative content in Malaysia, and we believe that the local film industry is set a new height through the inflow of the production studio and adoption of new technology such as virtual reality.
Pemandu recognizes that the creative content industry holds vast potential for growth, which is why the Economic Transformation Program has included nurturing Malaysia's creative content as one of the entry point projects under the Communications Content and Infrastructure National Key Economic Area. Under this EPP, Pemandu expects to continue to work with local creative content players so they become more business savvy and to help application developers break into the international market.
Dato' Ahmad Zaid Hamidi pointed out that in 2015, the animation film industry grossed 101 million ringgit Malaysia in export revenue and 127 million ringgit Malaysia locally. He also noted that the Upin and Ipin series has managed to break into the global market, having been screened on Disney Channel. Datuk Ahmad Zaid Hamidi gave an assurance that the government will continue to support the production of local animation films, citing their huge potential as a reason. Technology definitely has a great role to play when it comes to filmmaking, and as the leader in 3D design, engineering, and entertainment software with an involvement across the worldwide media and entertainment industry.
Supaya maju jaya, supaya boleh jadi international, sampai orang luar pun nak tengok filem Malaysia. Betul. Macam orang luar nak tengok filem Hindustan.
Ekonomi kita sekarang ni lah memang mempengaruhi lah, mempengaruhi industri hiburan ataupun industri muzik, semua mempengaruhi. So bila ekonomi kita teruk, dia tak hantar duit kepada universiti. Universiti sekarang kena cari duit sendiri. Jadi payah kan, universiti tak ada duit, tak beli barang, efek pada macam peniaga macam saya. Kita mengharap kita punya keadaan di Malaysia ni akan pulih seperti sebelum-sebelum ni lah. Dari segi kita punya ekonomi. Bila ekonomi kita okey, semua benda akan menjadi okey.